done. We're gonna get this done.
So what has been y'all experience with sisterhood, women's empowerment movements, women online, because you know we're in a technology-based world and we connect a lot in a virtual sense. We got different organizations, non-profits, you know, all of these sisterhood movements. What are y'all? What have y'all experienced in this sisterhood movement? Especially because now you have the ability to meet all kinds of people from all over the world. Chime in below.
I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Facebook is not playing fair today. Facebook is tripping. You know what? Nope. I ain't trying to bring him on camera. But I'm wondering why they won't let me turn this on. When normally, like in the past, I've been able to do it.
It's a Facebook glitch.
It got to be.
Or it might be something in her settings though, because some people are available to you and some people aren't.
Hey y'all, but it's worked in the past. I don't know. Sometimes with Facebook, it's different. Sometimes it'll give me the option. Sometimes it won't. It's just. But I'm wondering why it won't let me allow people to send an invite. There she goes.
Here we go, y'all. Facebook is absolutely tripping this morning. So we were just online for Soul Therapy Radio.
Okay.
Cool. We about to get into it. Super Soul Sunday, sisterhood, tribes, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay, still adding her. As long as it's still adding her, that's all that matters. Let that do like that. Y'all, excuse the lighting. Excuse the lighting.
We roughing it out this morning. This afternoon.
Allison, check your. It's probably Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison, and we also have Terra.
Hey y'all. Light is.
And we will be talking about sisterhood today. Yeah, I know our lighting sucks. It's okay. It's okay.
You have to improvise sometimes, ladies.
As long as you can hear us.
Gentlemen. Hey. Blessings, beloved. How are you?
Allison, you haven't gotten the invite yet?
No answer from live video guests.
Well, at least we got the option now.
Right. It already sent it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it already sent it.
And it's still not letting me do that.
Must be an update or something going on.
Facebook sucks. Allison, let's say commented on your video. No, I want to bring her on the camera.
Sorry, y'all. We're still having some technical difficulties.
Y'all see how Facebook do us?
It really goes
because they know we's about to talk about some stuff today.
The light is cool, your faces are visible, and your voices are clear.
We's about to get into a serious conversation in Facebook. Know that. Allison, you ain't got nothing yet? Okay, so can you see if you can send her an invite from your phone? We're going to get you on this live one way or another on somebody's
I'm not on your...
Girl, that's fine. Well, I guess everybody used to watching it from mine. Mine's just adding, connecting.
There we go.
Hey. I've been sitting here on my iPhone,
all the time, bro.
My Android. Trying to figure out what the hell is happening. All right, let me turn them down.
Listen.
I was over here
They
working.
control. Y'all better understand. They control it.
And now y'all can't see me. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you got to get that light up out of there, sister.
Yeah, you know, light skin folks don't need no sun behind them. Okay.
But that's all right. Now that we have you here,
we together.
Now they want to ride by.
Look.
As long as y'all can hear us,
yeah.
Y'all don't have to see us clearly. It's okay. Welcome to Soul Sunday. We got me and Allison, and we have Terra.
Yay!
Our special guest.
Y'all bear with us. We thugging it out for this Super Soul Sunday, baby. We is thugging it out.
We are discussing sisterhood and tribe and brothers. Y'all can get this too.
Yeah.
You know, y'all can get this information too. Hey, Michael. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. Hey, David. If y'all have any questions, input, whatever engagement, we appreciate it all. We like likes, hearts, all of that stuff.
All that.
I'm Ruby, the goddess entrepreneur. Allison, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick, real short.
Peace and blessings. This is Allison Denise, relationship coach and expert. That's it.
I'm Terra Jackson, also known as Respect the Queen, personal development specialist, and let's do this Super Soul Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey Jesse, hey David. So pretty much I wanted to talk about this particular topic because it's not often that we can get all three of us together, but all three of us, even though we have different stories, we have a lot in common.
Yes.
So for example, we're all entrepreneurs, we're all full-time entrepreneurs, we're all women, we all are on our personal healing journeys, and we all work with people, other people in some capacity, shape, form, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But what you all may not know is that we are, well, me personally, I consider these two my tribe, because it's not anybody else that I choose to go to talk about men, to talk about entrepreneurship, to talk about any of the stuff that I don't talk to y'all about. I talk to them too about. And y'all should see some of our, well, if y'all should see or listen to some of the messages and conversations we've had. Hey, these are two I go to. You know, that's why I wanted to have this talk, because like I said, it's not often that we get together and just talk, especially to everybody else, to our audience. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for a minute and let Allison chime in on her thoughts on today's topic.
Today's topic is exciting. I can't wait to talk about it. And even with the technical difficulties, we even already demonstrated sisterhood and tribe. We didn't give up. Absolutely. Nobody got frustrated. We were like, doggone it, this is going to happen. The three of us are supposed to get together, and this is going to happen. We don't care what to do. So we outlasted the obstacle. And so I'm excited. I'm just ready to get into it, because there's a lot of women and brothers who need to hear this.
Right. Terra?
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely correct, Allison. Even Tarsh chimed in on Instagram saying sisterhood has to stick together always, facing those technical difficulty moments, mm-hmm. and being able to, what they say, squad up, yeah. And we figure it out together, yes. We come through on the other side. So I definitely think that this right here just showed y'all sisterhood.
Yep.
Right. Yes, and one thing that we have to consider when it comes to sisterhood, it ain't always pretty. I'm going to put it out there like that. It's not always pretty.
Right.
It's not always hunky-dory and peaches and cream and what else? It ain't always a happy place. But mm-hmm. the thing that I appreciate most about Allison and Terra is that, for one, it ain't finna be no back and forth bickering. It's not one always talking over the other one or anything like that. We all understand that all of us have our unique experiences. All of us have something to say, and all of us want to be heard. So take that into consideration. When you are, I ain't saying you got to go out here and pick your tribe. No, that's not how it works.
No.
You have to, on your journey of healing, there are going to be certain people that you attract, certain people that come into your life, and of course you dictate whether or not they stay there or whether they go. But you also have to realize it may not always be your bestie. It may not always be the person that was your day one. I mean, your A1 since day one. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to have several different circles.
Yep.
Now this is the only circle I got. I ain't mad about that, but you have to realize that who your tribe is a reflection of who you are, in a sense.
Yes.
Right.
So, Allison, what you think?
I couldn't agree more. My biggest thing is your tribe. To me, it's different from a relationship in the aspect of you don't go out and seek. We know that our brothers are always taught that they should be the ones seeking their queens. And, regardless of how you feel about that, my only reason for bringing it up is your tribe. If you're going out and picking your tribe, you're not in the right tribe. Your tribe is going to connect. You are going to gravitate towards them. Your energy is going to gravitate towards them. And in some instances with myself and Terra, our energies gravitated back to one another. And so, and we'll probably go into why that happened, but you have to understand that you can't have more than one circle. Now, Ruby, she says that we are her circle, but the blessing in that is whatever it is that Ruby needs at this moment in her life, she's got the blessing of Terra and I being able to fulfill that. And so she doesn't need a second tribe. Now I have another tribe, but mine is because I was one person back in North Carolina. And then I grew up, I say this a lot, I take people from Texas back home so the people I grew up with can meet the people I grew up with. And so my tribe reflects back home who Allison was and those who are supporting me as I become who Allison is. And so all of that is wonderful. But at the same time, you have to understand that your tribe is going to be what your energy connects you to if you are aware of your energy and what you need. That is what your tribe is for, to help you get to that next level, to help you stay at that next level, and to give you that support, that encouragement, or that butt kicking that you need to get to that next level.
Exactly.
Right. Tarsh said it has to be organic over here on Instagram.
Yes.
I think you're absolutely correct, Allison. I think that to kind of elaborate, we attract sisters into our lives depending upon what it is that we need, or that mirrored reflection of, maybe I'm going through something and I need to attract an Allison into my life so that I can learn the lessons that I need to learn. Like Ruby said, it may not be a buddy or a best friend. It may really just be that you're supposed to learn this lesson from this sister for this season or this reason. And it's not, necessary to be ugly or to be nasty or any of that, any of that. You just really needed something from that particular sister or even that particular circle that you are connected to based on, whatever is going on within you at that period in time. Like you said, you and I, we attracted one another into each other's lives, and then we parted ways. We both have grown. Both were able to acknowledge the things that were going on in our lives at that time, learn from those experiences, and now here we are doing Super Soul Sunday, Soul Sunday, excuse me, as a right. Being able to evolve and grow. So sisterhood doesn't look. I don't really know what people's fixed idea of it is.
Dancing around the circle.
Right, but it's not kumbaya. It's not kumbaya, y'all, all the time. It is work.
It is
same
work.
Type of work that you're putting into any other relationship.
Yes.
Your tribe, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work to develop these, great relationships with people. Sometimes, it's very organic and you just hit it off. But then that's a honeymoon phase.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of wears off, and now where you at? With your sister. So listen.
What we also have to realize is that a sisterhood tribe or a tribe is not all about what they can do for you all the time, because I see plenty of times on Facebook where people, like, because they can't pay their cell phone bill, it's me against the world. It's like, what? Or it's just like, just because somebody can't help you out financially, we ain't cool no more. And it's just like,
yeah,
if that was the only thing I was good for in your life,
right,
then you know what, you saved me 15% by switching to
listen. We talked about this. We all both know my Profitable Friends List group that I used to do a few years ago. These mutually beneficial relationships. And a lot of times, at least myself, I found myself in the last 20 years friends with women that the relationships were just one-sided. It was all about what they could gain, what I could give. And when I was honest with myself, I'm like, I'm not receiving anything here.
Yeah.
But then we'll stay, just like we stay with men, we'll stay in toxic friendships for the sake of, I've known you since high school.
Yep. Sure will.
Thank you, Mike. We got a quick comment. God bless y'all, queens. I love and appreciate what you all are doing, and I have the absolute highest amounts of respect and admiration for you ladies. God bless you all. Thank you. We appreciate it, and the same to you. Allison, you look like you want to say something. You always got
you just struck you hit a nerve right there where you were talking about making sure it's not one-sided, because that is so important. Because you have to understand that, and I'll say it like this: the tribe that I have with Ruby and Terra has not involved any type of financial anything.
Come on,
between the
no financial, no financial between
no
us three.
There has been no, I can loan you this, or I can give you that. It's been none of that. Our tribe has been uplifting, building, encouraging, showing different mistakes. And what I love most about it is you have those moments where you get those, okay, only God could have done this situations.
Right.
And that's what I love most about this. So, guys, I'm in Dallas, Texas. I met Terra in Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Full
Dallas,
circle.
Texas. I think
Full
maybe
circle.
2 years passed, but I was still talking to Ruby, whom I still have not met in person yet. This is what I need y'all to understand.
Yeah.
Ruby is in Georgia. About a year ago, Ruby comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing, and I think you would be good with Terra." I'm like, "Wait, Terra who?"
Listen. Can y'all hear Allison? I think she's probably too far away, but it seems like Junius can hear because he's commenting.
Okay.
So from Texas to Georgia, a 2-year span. I want y'all to understand what can happen. Your energies can change. Your maturity levels can change. Once you get a lot of nonsense out of your life that is affecting who you are, you can revert and resume back to your normal mindset, your normal activity, and lessons learned. And so what I want you to understand, the reason that was such a big deal when Ruby brought it up is, especially in the Black community, we like to mirror what other races do, but we're not mirroring what other races really do. You have to understand the purpose of a circle. You have to understand the purpose of a tribe. It's bigger than just going on social media saying that you have one so that you look important. It's bigger than going into social media saying that you have this group of people that you can pull money from. Where, what are you doing? What are you giving? What are you
right.
Other than being able to say that you're part of this or you're part of that, or name dropping or whatever. We don't do that, and that's why I believe that this is so effective, because it really is just a matter of me sending a message saying, okay, blah blah blah, what the hell is happening? And both of them,
and she do that a lot.
and
No,
I
I'm
do
playing.
that a lot. Because I'm a new kid on the entrepreneur block, and both of them, this is what this is. Stop tripping, trust the process. What else you got? And that's just what it is. So I want you guys to understand that when you are looking for a tribe, when you are wanting to be connected to one, make sure that you're not just seeking money. Make sure you're not just seeking who can help me build up my business, who can help me buy this, who can help that. You're missing the point. A tribe is supposed to be bigger than that. A tribe is supposed to get you intellectually, morally, character building. It's supposed to help you sustain where you're going. And if you don't have that, you just have money, you're not going far. So I'm done.
She said, so I'm done. Destiny Nuke 08 said, true sisterhood is all about growth and development. I think you expressed that very well, Allison. Each one of us has grown in our personal lives, which has allowed us obviously to come back full circle,
Right.
And be able to grow with one another and branch off and do other things.
Yes.
You and Ruby have Soul Sunday. Ruby's got Soul Therapy. I'm doing that with her. I've got the Broken Pieces Retreat. Like, we find ways to build and grow with one another. And like you just said, finances are not the primary purpose for our connection, because I think we all know individually and collectively that when we build each other mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that financial is coming anyway.
That's right.
It don't even matter. It's when we are aligning ourselves with one another and respecting each other's purpose and walk in life. And I'm not trying to make your walk look like my walk or her walk look like your walk.
Exactly.
We respect each other's individual lane and then come back together collectively. And how can we build and grow with one another? Ruby said, you want to be on a radio show? Yes, ma'am.
Right. And the thing about it is, I didn't have a second thought about it, because it's just like, why would I be selfish with an opportunity that I have.
Right.
And not share it with her. And not share it with Allison. Of course, she's all the way in Texas, but best believe if she ever came to Atlanta, come on.
Right.
You know, and it's just like
saying that.
She don't know it yet, but she coming.
Let her go. But but when she does decide to come this way, then guess what? And it's not about me feeling like I don't want to help her because she's going to exceed me, and I don't want to help Allison because she's going to surpass me. Because I know if she does go.
Say that one more time.
One more again. Come on.
I don't feel it's not that I'm jealous or upset that possibly Terra's going to surpass me or Allison is going to surpass me, because I know what this connection is. And even if Terra goes this way past me, she's going to be like, come on, sis. And the same thing with Allison.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I would never not post anything or never not share anything, because I'm like, okay, me and Allison talk about healing, and me and Allison talk about this, or me and Terra talking about this, and it's just like, well, I can't share it because it's similar in thought. And it's like, no, just because I said it, the person that needed to hear it probably needed to hear from Terra, or they might need to hear from Allison. So I don't care. As long as the message gets out there, it's going to get out there one way or another, whether they come from me, her, or her. It don't matter.
But this is my thing, and I'm hearing you say that. It's like, if this is a true, genuine sisterhood, and I know that Allison is phenomenal at relationship coaching, and Ruby is phenomenal with the chakras and Reiki and, you know, energy and grounding, and she's sharing that information with me. If her sole purpose is to be a sister to me, she wants me to gain information. She wants me to gain knowledge. She wants me to gain wisdom. She wants me to grow in what it is that she's providing to me through her experience.
That's right.
If she don't, then she gonna feel some type of way that I've taken the information and applied it to my own life.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I apply it to my own life?
Yes.
And why would she not share that after she's applied it to her life?
That doesn't make, you know, that doesn't make sense. If sisterhood is a competition for you, then that makes sense. But if it's true tribe, you want to share your gifts with your sisters because you want them to grow. You want them to be better. You want them to far exceed where they are current day.
Yes.
That's true sisterhood. I'm not looking at you snubbing my nose because you growing in an area that I shared with you.
Right.
You hear me?
Okay. How dare she?
That don't make sense.
I taught her that. I taught her that. I'm supposed to be on that stage. I'm supposed to be in that.
Yes.
Sit down. Sit down. You ain't ready for no sisterhood. You ain't ready for no tribe. You gonna be the cancer in the tribe. Go away. No.
Say that again. You will be the cancer in the tribe, because any sister that is growing and evolving, you will be jealous of her. And you will find ways to sabotage her because you're afraid of her growth. And her growth is a mirror reflection of where you ain't.
Yes. And I tell y'all real quick, with what I'm having, with the dudes that I'm having to pay to get where I am, you can come and try to be a cancer in my tribe if you want to. I ain't gonna do chemo. I'm cutting it out. Just saying.
That's where the boundaries, sister. Nails Tarshana says sisterhood is not competing. We are all made different on purpose. Although our paths may look similar, they're different.
Indeed.
So what they said to me, Tarsh, was what God got for me, God got for me.
That's right.
What God got for Ruby, God got for Ruby. Yes. And what God got for Allison, God got for Allison.
Yes.
And if I truly love her, I'm happy to see her grow and evolve, even if it's past me.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter what. That's it. It can be personal. It can be professional. It can be. It don't matter.
It doesn't.
To be honest, thank you for the growth, because I'm gonna need you.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you when I'm ready to tackle that situation or whatever that is that's blocking me from getting where you are. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need to know how you got there.
Like
that part.
That part. Yes. It just is what it is.
Exactly. So, quick thing: if you out here trying to figure out who your tribe is and why your tribe is and how, just sit down and think about some things.
Yep.
Take some time and just kind of go sit over there in the corner by yourself and see who come over there and check on you.
That's right.
Now, mind you, I don't talk to these ladies every single day, but I know when I do talk to them, it ain't gonna be nothing fake. It ain't gonna be no small talk. It ain't gonna be no mess. It ain't gonna be none of that extra stuff that comes with some of this sisterhood tribe thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
And
Well,
it's just like
it's become so taboo
Mm-hmm.
and so trending,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like brunch and Moscato
and
and
high heels.
high heels.
Yeah.
Ain't then one of us got on no makeup. We all got on some flip
Look,
flops
a
right
whole
now.
mess.
Okay.
I was pretty.
Y'all see what
I
I look
was
like,
pretty
right?
earlier. But that's not sisterhood. You know, sisterhood is the good, the bad, the ugly. Going through the trenches with your sisters. Suicide, ideation, mental health, breaking of relationships, kids acting a goddamn fool, husband
Yes.
out cheat. You know, all of that comes with sisterhood. You can't just want the glitz and the glam of sisterhood and call it sisterhood.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
And one thing you also have to consider is, I know this is a sensitive subject because some women look like, okay, this is my man, but I can't bring him around certain people, or even if I can, I don't want them to be too close friends or anything like that. Trust me, if she had somebody that she was dating and she brought him around, she wouldn't have to worry about me. Same thing with Allison. One, we respect ourselves enough, we respect each other enough, and we respect that relationship enough because we know what she's dealing with.
Yep.
I know Allison's dealing with,
Yep.
and they know what I'm dealing with.
But if
Even though I
you
ain't
feel
talking
like
about
you gotta keep your sister friends away from your husband, either you don't need your husband or you
you
don't
don't
need
need
your
them
friends.
friends, right?
One or the other,
The other.
or both of them
Right.
need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to be in a company of women that I don't trust. Or men, but for this sake of the show,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be around Ruby if I feel like she has the ability to backbite or stab or date my, my dude, or sabotage my success. I don't want to be. No, I don't want to be anywhere near her. I don't understand how sisters operate like that, and
I don't
then
think.
be fake phony in online together taking pictures,
Mm-mm.
but both of y'all snaring behind each other's back. That's not sisterhood. That's not sisterhood.
And let
That's
me
not
just
sisterhood.
add. Let me add to what Tara and Ruby are saying. The biggest
Mm-hmm.
nonsense that I hear, specifically in relationships, but it does apply to um, uh, sisterhood and connecting to your tribe. Stop all this. It's not checkers, it's chess bullshit. I need you to understand that they're both fucking games. And if you are still
Oh.
so into your nonsense that you feel like the only way you can come up is to figure out how to out strategize somebody else, you don't need a
Mm,
circle. You need a growth check, because you shouldn't have
mm.
people around you that you feel that you need to think 2 and 3 steps ahead of. If you really think that,
Mm.
you around the wrong people, or maybe you're the wrong person. If you got to think 2, 3 steps ahead of people, you don't need a tribe. You don't even need to be part of a tribe.
Oh,
Stop
so
all this
saying
shit.
that, Allison, what do you think about women who have these horrible experiences with sisterhood? They have horrible experiences with women, maybe their aunts, their mothers, their grandmothers, and they're still very much at odds with women. Like, how do we embrace those type of women in our tribe, knowing that they could be very toxic and detrimental to the tribe?
So here's the best thing that can happen. The number one thing is that that tribe has to be strong. Without even including this other person, this tribe has to be strong. And by strong, I'll just use us as an example. By strength, I mean we know when to go to each other when we have an issue. We settle the issue, and once it's settled, it's never brought up again. Did y'all hear that, ladies? Once it's settled,
Mhm.
you don't bring it up again. You don't throw it up in nobody's face. You don't do any of that nonsense. It's done. Second thing is there has to be a mutual decision amongst that tribe if they want to deal with that person. It's got to be unanimous. The third thing is all people in that tribe need to embrace that sister with love, but hear this, and accountability. We know what you've been through. We know what you're dealing with. We want to bring you in and show you exactly how women should have been treating you. We want to show you exactly what you should have been expecting from the women in your life. But we do want you to understand, even though we know that what you dealt with, you didn't bring on yourself, it will not be tolerated here. You will not do A, B, C, D. We will not tolerate C, D, E, F. Can you handle these terms? And then you stick with it, because along with embracing a sister that you know has a toxic past, you also have to embrace tough love and boundaries and show her how those boundaries should be enforced and reinforced if necessary. Just like they brought up with us, just like what we brought up with men, and how if you're dating somebody and you don't want your sisters around, none of us have that issue. If all three of us have men and we all end up in the same place and we all hang out, we're not going to have that problem. And I'll put a side note in too. If we were dealing with a dude who tried to cross us with the other one, we snitch like hell. We do. We gonna tell.
She said they have to. The sister has to be. So first of all, they said before you decide to have a sisterhood, know your values and work on your personal growth, and then get your sisterhood together. And then Tarsh said that sister has to be ready for that type of work. I like what you said, which I actually learned on my 30-day journey, that compassion and boundaries go hand in hand. I can have compassion for you, but also you are not allowed to do A, B, C, or D.
Yes.
You know, I thought I had to choose one or the other. Because I'm compassionate about your pain doesn't mean that I have to take your pain.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Trauma bonding.
Trauma
bonding. Yep. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is huge in sisterhood movements.
Okay, but before we get into it, Terra, I want you to explain what it is so people know what we're talking about. She had to take a sip of her soda.
Hello. Like Allison, sometimes Allison will ignite you with things. You're like, oh, she's speaking to my spirit. Trauma bonding, and what I see in sisterhood movements is sisters who are attracted to one another, connecting with one another, building with one another based on pain.
Yeah.
So whether they both got, deadbeat baby daddies, or they both have been, molested or raped, whatever that is, that common bond is usually pain. And they end up co-signing one another and not being accountable for their own lives.
Exactly.
So we see that heavy in these women empowerment movements that are basically like, he's a fuck boy, and then all of the soldiers in the women's empowerment movement come with no accountability for themselves.
Come on, Terra.
At all. And they call this growth. They call this empowerment. They call this evolvement. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. Chime in, Ruby.
And, I really wasn't agreeing with that, just to let y'all know. But I'm just saying, that's how it is. I've seen it on social media real bad. If you get on the post talking about F men, F women, or whatever, then you have these people that jump on the post, co-signing. And it's just like, now y'all connecting, but now, oh, she cool, she this, because y'all have this common negative energy towards men, or this common negative energy towards women. And then y'all cool, y'all hanging out, or, sis on Facebook, hey, sis, how you doing, sis? Yeah, right, sis. And then 3 months later, y'all don't like each other.
Right. Because the bond was based on BS. The bond was not genuine. It was rooted in pain. So the moment that one of y'all make each other mad or disagree with one another, then y'all ain't friends no more. The whole movement done fell apart. Because you're looking for a cosign. You're looking to continue to be the victim.
And no, we don't. She not gonna be no victim, and I'm not gonna let her be one either.
But then look what happens. You bond in being the victim, and then one of you surpasses the other, or shifts in perspective, or disagrees, or whatever, and then the person who chooses to remove themselves, now they're the villain. And you get to go be the hero and save all these other sisters' lives from this sister who you determined was the villain. This shit is sick, y'all. This is sick. And this is happening in sisterhood movement.
Yes, it is.
I wonder why they fall apart. And then at the end of the day, people ask you, well, what happened? who did what, and then you got her side and you got her side, but ain't there one of y'all being completely honest, and ain't nobody talking about what you did to make it fall apart.
That's right.
Knowing good and well it wasn't based on nothing to begin with.
Right. There's no foundation there when you trauma bond. There's nothing solid there for you all to build on. And there's no growth.
It's important, and Terra has already put, hit the nail on the head with this, but you have to check what your bond was created with. That is just, it's important. Did you meet this woman at a time where you were still toxic, you were still hurting, you were still angry, you were still hurt? Did you connect with her under those circumstances? Now hear me, because I want to also tie in what Terra brought up on an Instagram thing about the woman needing to be ready. See, here's the thing. Sometimes a woman needs to see what she's not before she to be what she isn't. So
say that again.
Sometimes a woman has to be able to see what she isn't before she can be ready to let go of who she is. And the reason for that is because, so if she's toxic, but all she knows is toxic, she's not going to stop being toxic unless she gets a chance to see what not toxic looks like.
Right. So right.
While that comment is true, there are some times where sisterhood comes before that revelation. And that's why those boundaries are so important, because sometimes that woman doesn't know that she's toxic. All she knows is she's just like her mama, her grandmama, big mama, auntie, best friend. That's what she's around. So sometimes it will take her being in a tribe of women who are like, I don't know who's okay with you doing what you just did, but that's not going to fly over here. Sometimes she needs that jolt to say, oh, wait a minute. So what I've been isn't good? What I've been isn't, sometimes they need that, you need that reality check to say, oh, maybe I do need to make a change.
Right,
so
right.
That's why that sisterhood is so important, because if you're at a level, and it all goes back to energy and intent. Some toxic people only know toxic because that's all they've seen. But if the universe sees that person does have a genuinely good heart and good spirit and just needs to be cleaned up a little bit, the universe is going to send a tribe of women to come in and clean her up. Now, yes, she does have to make that decision to get in the bath, so to speak, but she has to be offered the water sometimes before she'll ever clean up.
And so at what point do you stop offering the water, though?
The point,
because I'm drowning.
And it's really easy. The point that you start offering the water is when it starts to bring your energy down. If you find yourself having to say certain things that are out of your character and do certain things that are out of your character, that person has now overstayed their welcome. At that point,
they get the boot.
Separate in love until she figures it out on her own. But you always
like, I love you, sis, but you gotta get on.
You gotta go. And it's not because I don't love you, but you are causing my work to go downhill. You're causing the self-work I did before I met you to disintegrate, and I can't have that, because I don't want to be where I was. I don't want to think like I did. I don't want to have the behavior that I had before I met you. And so you're showing me I'm going to have to be that person to keep you in my circle, and I would just rather close my circle. And so it's really important that you do think about those things, and that you do sit back and say, what can I offer? All the things that we've been talking about. What can I offer, and what can I do, and what can I bring to the table? And it's really important that you think all of that through. Stop looking at the heels and the dresses on Facebook with the champagne being held, or we went to brunch, or we went to a concert. That is doing nothing for your inner work. How is your inner life looking? How is your emotional life looking? And are they enhancing that, or are they allowing you to just stay the hell the way you are? Because if you were happy with the way you were, you wouldn't be doing some of the things you're doing. So just think about it.
That is correct.
Definitely a good topic. Definitely a good topic. I think.
And Tate, real quick, the topic, us ladies be talking about sisterhood, but this apply to y'all too.
Yes, it does.
Because y'all know, I don't know a nice way to say it, but some of y'all men out here, sushi bonding. just because y'all done stuck with some of the same women, y'all think y'all cool now. No.
I said coochie bonding. Girl, that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other conversation.
We talk about sisterhood and trauma bonding. But look, just because y'all got the same baby mama, just because y'all done hit a few of the same girls or whatever, that is not a solid base to be out here talking about. Let's connect. It's brotherhood.
He said, okay, I'll be clicking on right about now.
That is not a solid foundation building no brotherhood. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
If you really want to know what we're talking about, that's what we're talking about.
Just really comes back to accountability. And Allison, you remember this when I had Dallas Girls Hustle Harder. I was like at my lowest point when I developed that group, trying to keep my business and my personal life afloat. And that thing disintegrated so damn fast. So sometimes it really, like you said, sometimes it really does take losing something in order for you to really recognize that I am a mirrored reflection. So all of the toxic things that were going on with me just protrude on the outside of me. Just get honest and get accountable on the work that you needed to do. I needed to do in order to come back full circle, resolve things that needed to be resolved with people. I can't say it enough. Accountability. That's
the word of the month. Accountability.
You gotta be, who said it on here? You gotta be willing to do the work. You gotta be willing to get honest about your relationships with women. And why do you have these toxic relationships with women? I know one of the reasons I've had toxic relationships with women in my past is the toxic relationship that I had with myself as a woman. I didn't trust me to make good decisions, so I damn sure didn't trust you to make good decisions. And then if you go even further into that layer, I didn't trust my mother. I wasn't shown positive, healthy relationships with women. And then Ruby said something a couple of months ago. That's a coping zone.
Yep.
That's a coping zone. Yep. I have to want and ask the Most High to have positive experiences with women. Help me to be the person that I want sisters to be to me.
And you know what? Now that you say that, some women only like to be in those sisterhoods and be the problem because it makes them feel important. Yep. They don't feel important enough to themselves.
Yeah.
So they want to get into a
that
sisterhood.
Negative attention is better than no attention.
Exactly. Yes. Cause a problem and then feel like they're relevant, feel like they're important, feel like it was all about me, or whatever how they get from that. And it's just like, no, I like my peace, I like my happiness, I like not having no drama. I'm glad Allison ain't calling me talking about this one, and I'm glad vice versa, because it's just like, look, I don't want to hear this. Y'all need to work that out. That's what I'm gonna tell them.
But I think that comes back to what you do, Ruby, is teaching effective communication in sisterhood.
Yes.
Sisters, conflict of interest, learning to be able to identify what's yours, what's hers, have a healthy discussion about what the problem is, bring a solution to the table, and actually move past it. My experience outside of Ruby, you, and a couple of other sisters in my life, we just decide, F that chick, I ain't fooling with her, she ain't shit, talk about her, slander her online. He said, you knock on the door and walk in with that one. Slander her online, gossip about her, and then at the end of the day, like, the issue wasn't even that major.
Yeah.
In the first place, it could really be resolved with a conversation. But because we don't have effective communication skills and everybody else has closed the door on us in the same manner, we just walk away like it's nothing. People are disposable to us. So we're never focused on solving the problem. So how do you build sisterhood movements if y'all can't get through the highs and the lows?
First of all, if y'all not even identifying what the foundation is, like Allison was saying earlier, and like somebody said there, before you can even get to the point of building a sisterhood or establishing one, you have to have a solid foundation of women that's healing. And like Allison said, set those boundaries, set those set standards. And if somebody wants to come in, let's discuss it. Let's look and see what this person got going on. Because if she got some negative energy that I can't vibe with, but Allison like, well, maybe she need, no ma'am. I ain't saying she can be in one of your other circles, but she can't be in this one. Go work with her over there.
Because sometimes it ain't even worth the fight. And I had to really recognize that in the last maybe 3 or 4 months. You got to really decide. Matter of fact, it was Jada Pickett that put out that thing about love and relationships. She was talking about men and women, but I related it to just relationships in general. You got to decide if it's really worth the fight, because relationships are not perfect. People have their flaws. I don't like everything about everybody.
Yeah,
right. Who does? There's always something that you may not be on the same lane, the same vibe with somebody. But is it really worth the fight? Was it really worth? Because if you remember, Allison, I hit you up maybe a month or two prior in the inbox on Facebook. Ruby's energy brought that thing full circle. Is this really worth the fight? Is the relationship, or is the person that I know she is and she knows I am, is it worth it to have a conversation?
Yep.
And this one over here with her effective communicating self.
Okay.
Sister who was the bridge to allow us to be able to have that conversation and go, well, damn, you just had some stuff going on. I had some stuff going on. I've emotionally vomited over you, but we've grown. We can move past. Because is it really worth the fight? If it had been another sister, I ain't gonna tell you it'd have been worth the fight. I don't know. But there's a sister over here on this, and Tertiana says something that I value so much. When you know a person at their core, you know who they are at their core, that'll allow you to make a decision. If I know you rotten at your core, right, I ain't got to worry about fixing it. I ain't got to worry about working on it.
Nope.
I ain't got to deal with it. But if I know that you are a good person at your core, then it's worth that extra step to love and support on you and have compassion for you to move forward.
Right.
Is
and understanding.
And understanding. And I want to bring up what Terra said in the beginning when she brought up Dallas Girls Hustle Harder, because here's something that I think some women need to hear. So Terra was at her most toxic, but as most sisters do, you never see that.
Right.
So Terra said she acknowledged, I was at my most toxic and I was trying to hold my personal and my business stuff together. And she was pregnant. She was working through the hormones of pregnancy. She was going through all that. But see, all I saw was this tall, strong personality, strong voice. I saw all those things that I had lost because of my situation.
Come on, Allison.
So what gravitated me towards her was that she reminded me of me. I didn't know where that me went, but that's what gravitated me towards her. She was so strong. She was so focused. She was so determined, and she was so toxic that she learned how to hide it really, really well, to the point that I had bigger expectations of her in my mind than she was ever going to be able to fulfill at that point in her life. And so when she inevitably did something that caught, and what basically happened is she did something and I told her how it made me feel, and she just fell off. She didn't respond by saying nothing except completely falling the hell off. And what ended up happening was me saying, damn, that was my first attempt, because this is something I don't think she knew. It was like, well, dang, that was my first attempt to finally just kind of stand up for myself. So if that is what's going to happen, I'm just not going to do it again. So if I stand up, now if I could stand up to a sister, this is the thought that went through my head. If I could tell a sister that this is how I felt and she disappears, then I know a guy ain't going to do it. So what ended up happening is I went a little bit longer not speaking up for myself. But the two things that I want you guys to understand is this: sometimes you do hide your toxicity well.
Yep.
Sometimes you do make it look like you have everything together. So understand that if people continue to treat you like you do, if you start having those moments, well, how come nobody's checking on me? And how come nobody wants to know how I'm doing? Well, because
Because
you
your
act like
toxic
you got
ass
it
look like you
together.
strong.
If you act like everything is okay, people have no choice but to treat you like everything is okay. Now, of course, Terra, she had her enlightenment process. I had my enlightenment process, and so the three of us now know that even if somebody does seem to be okay, and I feel comfortable saying this about all three of us, we know when an okay person ain't okay,
Right.
because
Right.
we know what faking the funk looks like. And so I've had several people that I've reached out to, and it was sometimes just in the way that they answered my question. I didn't see them, I didn't hear from them. It was just the way they answered my question. I said, that ain't you. What's going on? Well, blah 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 blah. So we have learned how to
Exactly.
pick it up, but it's because we speak the language that we once spoke. You understand? So understand.
Right here, the combo is real. Y'all on some stuff that nobody wants to deal with or talk about. Because we got to be able to have this. And this is the furthest, Allison, that we've ever even elaborated on our situation, because like I've never heard you say that even in our conversation months ago. So it's definitely enlightening, because we, again, like you said, we perceive strong people in a certain way, or what we perceive as strong. Let's be honest, what we perceive as strong,
Yeah.
because what we perceive as strong is sometimes toxic.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
me having a loud voice is deemed strong
Yeah.
to other people.
Yeah.
It, like you said, being able to hide and conceal. But when you truly build a strong foundation with your sisters, like I can almost gauge how Ruby's gonna respond to things before I even talk to her. You know, I already know, because and it ain't like we just hang out every day,
Yeah.
but because I value the relationship with this sister, I'm invested in this sister. I observe and pay attention to this sister. I know when, like you said, I know when it's good. I know when it's not okay. I know when she's struggling with something.
Yep.
Because you're invested, it's beyond the monetary. Come back to the first comment. It's beyond the monetary. That emotional, that mental support, and being able to recognize my sister is going through something.
Right.
We need to tribe up. Like we had to tribe up from me to you. Me and Ruby just talked this morning about some stuff. So it's definitely, how much are you willing to invest in your, she said, being able to talk without being offended, and transparency brings healing.
Exactly. And that's what I was just going to say. I think a lot of times, the main reason a lot of these sisterhoods fall apart is because there's not that mental, that emotional, that spiritual, and that energetic connection as far as healing. Because if this one wasn't on the healing journey, and I wasn't, and as well as Allison, then we would not have connected. It's not that it's trauma that's brought us together; it's the healing process that brought us together.
It's the healing process.
And it's just.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, Tarshana said this conversation is so necessary. This is how we heal our people, our communities, and thus our nation, our nation, and so forth. Was where you just said honest, transparent conversations. This sister is telling me, this is what your response did to me. And I hear you say you went MIA, and I automatically said, that's what I do. Quietly to myself, that's what I do. It ain't an Allison thing.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah. I'm peace. So bringing that full attention back to me and going, okay, well, when I finish up today, I need to go back and look at how I depart ways from people. Because I'm telling you, look up, baby, blocked on all levels. Ain't no conversation.
Man, Terra fell off the face of the damn earth, y'all. She fell off. She asked me one question. I answered the question. She said, okay. I ain't hear from her ass again. I was like, damn.
Ever.
All I did was...
But it takes those experiences, because like you said, sometimes mine is about 37 seconds. I guess that's all we can go over here.
Okay, but yeah, we gotta wrap this up, though.
Right. It takes those experiences for you to like you said, sometimes we just don't know.
Exactly. But
so I gotta have the experience with you to bring it to my attention. We're about to wrap up, y'all. We got 20 seconds on Instagram. I feel it so strong. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
We're gonna let her finish real quick.
I don't know. I'm a guest host tonight, so
yeah.
Super Soul Sunday on Facebook. Ruby D Davidson, excuse me, and Allison Denise. Y'all chime in next Sunday, 2 p.m.
Okay, so back over here. Now, y'all know Soul Sunday is only an hour. We could be, I ain't even got my little cards to ask the questions or nothing, but it's okay because we had a good conversation. It was needed today. And, you know, anytime I can get the three of us together, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
But we in this parking garage and we only got free parking for up to 4 hours.
We got to go.
And we coming up on them 4 hours. So we finna go ahead and wrap this up. But, you tune in Tuesday for Soul Sunday Reloaded.
Yes.
Sarah probably not gonna be here with her babies and stuff at home, so you know, sorry, but it's been fun. Thank you, Terra. Thank you, Allison. I love you both. I appreciate you both. I'm glad y'all watching enjoyed it. We thank you for the comments, for everything, and we're gonna have to do this again. I'll let y'all know.
I'd love to.
Yeah, you can. You know what? We ain't even gonna wrap this up like we normally do, because
that'll take another 5 minutes.
And don't nobody even know what we talking about no more, because I ain't said hey to nobody. This Soul Sunday with Ruby and Allison and special guest Terra, and we were talking about sisterhood and tribes, and we talked about a little bit of everything. Yes. So y'all go back and watch it. But appreciate y'all. Tune in to Soul Sunday Reloaded on Tuesday, and make sure you check out my earlier live. I have 2 lives that I went in there earlier. The one before this one was with Terra for Soul Therapy Radio. We talked about toxic versus absent parents. And then earlier today, I did our pop-up workshop about making a manifestation box in art therapy and color therapy. So y'all got a lot of stuff today from me. Listen. So if y'all don't see me no more today, don't be mad. All right. Well, it was good, Allison. We shall talk.
Okay.
So we gonna see y'all later.
All righty. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Allison. Love you.
Love you too.